Hi, welcome back again to Richard's Kitchen. Here we are. What a beautiful autumn day it is here in sunny San Diego. It's 73 degrees, blue skies, no sign of rain in sight. Today we're going to attempt to make some zucchini bread muffins because I like to do muffins instead of using the loaf pans. And today, of course, we're going to want to preheat the oven at 350, which we started. And we're going to start with some of the basic wet stuff first. We're going to actually use 4 medium eggs. The recipe calls for 2 large eggs, but I don't have large eggs, so medium will have to do. Since they're tiny, do 4 of those. So we're going to put 4 of those in. I'm going to put in a tablespoon and a spoon and a half of the vanilla. As you know, I like to do visual or just by taste. I always add an extra splash of the vanilla because I like vanilla. And then we're going to do a half a cup of applesauce, which I use these little containers, which is exactly a half cup. There we go. Okay, and ooh, you would. Ouch, that's hot. All right, I melt some plant-based butter instead of the oil, and it's going to be 1/3 cup of that. All right, I like to melt the plant-based butter, and you don't want to, ouch, it's hot, kind of a peanut butter cookie. Anyways, that's in there. Should add it slowly if you're going to do something hot into it with the eggs, because you don't want to cook the eggs before we beat it. So let me get out my trustworthy beater. Ta-ta! And then, as I always say, Mama says to beat the bejesus out of those eggs. So I'm going to do that right now. Okay, now that I finished beating the bejesus out of those eggs, we're going to add in some of the dry stuff. We're going to put in a half teaspoon of ground cinnamon, half teaspoon of baking soda, half teaspoon of the baking powder. I did it backwards. That's baking soda. This one's the baking powder. Forgive me on that one. But anyways, we're also going to add a half teaspoon of the salt, which I have already put into this mixing bowl here. And we put in 1 cup of sugar. And we put in 1.5 cups of flour. And I'm also putting in a 1/4 cup of brown sugar that's packed. So I got all that in here. And I'm going to add this in slowly. Do a little at a time. That way I can make sure it's getting mixed properly. And we'll do it for at least 20 seconds each time we add something to it. Gotta go slow or we'll have a little flour effect. Start off slow until it gets mixed in. Then we'll speed it up. Alright, I think that'll be 20 seconds. I'll add a little more. All right, do it. Oh, happy day. Any day now, my beautiful young sister Kayla will be giving birth to a beautiful baby girl. So keep her and the baby and family in your mind, your thoughts and prayers, and hopefully the baby and everybody will be fine and healthy. Okay, so now we need to get the zucchini, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to grade the zucchini as a rough grade, so it's not going to be very fine. So I'll start on that in just 1 second. Okay, so I got my zucchini. I got my trusty little grater. I put it right on top of the bowl as I'm doing it. That way most of it will fall right into the grater, but I always get some on the sideboard because I'm a messy person, which reminds me that when it comes time to put it in the oven, we're going to have to do a lot of cleaning so that when we're done, the house will look good, smell good, and of course we'll have some good zucchini to eat. And I just cut my finger on the grater, so I'll stop right there and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I got a little paper towel wrapped around it. I used a alcohol wipe on it. Boy, that stung. But then I put the old paper towel around it, some tape. Now I got the glove on the hand. I get hurt very easily. God has blessed me with the ability to get hurt all the time. So anyways, I got a cup and a half of the zucchini here. And you don't pack it down because you want to retain the water. So I just tap it on the counter like that so I can get a little extra into the cups. I'm going to get all the zucchini out we can. That'll help make it nice and moist. Excellent. And then I'm just going to, as you can see, I'm just going to mix it in or fold it in with a spoon. Use the old wooden spoon like Grandma used to use. And then after that, now I just need to get the pans ready with the cupcake liners. And then we'll put her in the oven, and in a little while we'll have some nice, soft, delicious zucchini bread muffins. And all I can say about that is yum! Anyways, we'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. The dishes are washed, the counters are clean. Pull the muffins out of the oven. Cooked them for 18 minutes at 350. I got them so they were starting to get a little golden brown around the edges and just slightly starting to turn brown on the top. And the thing is I don't like to get them so that they're really dark brown on top because then it makes them a little too dry. You don't want them to dry out or cook too much. So 18 minutes is perfect at 350. And then of course we always have to taste one just to make sure they're good. Mmm. Mmm. Delicious, moist, soft, just the right touch of cinnamon. Enjoy.